We live in a world that's completely full of noise. From our phones buzzing, to people chatting, to the constant hum of the city. So much so, that silence has become rare, and sometimes, it even makes us feel a little weird. Welcome to What Silence Does to the Brain.
Exactly. And that weird feeling is fascinating, because the brain doesn't react to silence the way you might think. It's not just the absence of sound.
Let's start with the opposite of silence, noise. You have to understand that noise is always grabbing our attention, even when we think we're not paying attention.
That's what's called the cognitive cost of constant stimulation. Our brain is always busy filtering, analyzing, and deciding if a sound is important or not.
And over time, that gets exhausting. It leads to mental fatigue, stress, and that feeling of sensory overload where you just can't take it anymore.
So, what happens when everything goes quiet? It's a mistake to think the brain just shuts off. In reality, it just switches modes.
That's where something scientists call the default mode network kicks in. It's like our brain's active standby mode. When it's not distracted by the outside world, it turns its focus inward.
And in this mode, it's working hard. That's when it saves our memories. It sorts through everything from the day and organizes our thoughts.
Totally. It's also a great time for creativity and solving puzzles. New ideas often pop up in those quiet moments, when we let our minds daydream.
And the effects aren't just in your head. They're physical too. The first, and most obvious one, is feeling way less stressed.
That makes sense when you think about it. There are fewer things trying to get your attention, fewer alerts. Your body relaxes. You can actually measure it. Your heart rate slows down, and your blood pressure goes down too.
What's cool is that this calm feeling in your body helps your mind. When you're more relaxed, you can pay attention better. And you can focus more on what comes next.
Yeah, it really helps us manage our emotions. Silence can help us take a step back, so we don't just react without thinking.
So, if it's so good for us, why do so many people hate silence? Why do we turn on the TV or some music the second we get home?
Because, like we were saying, our brain starts looking inward. And sometimes, what we find in there isn't so comfy. All the thoughts, worries, or fears we've been pushing away, they start to bubble up.
It's like feeling a little awkward with yourself. Noise is just a distraction. It keeps you from having to listen to your own thoughts.
And there's a really big difference to understand. There's chosen silence, like taking a quiet break for yourself. That's good for you. But then there's silence you're forced into, like being isolated. That can really hurt.
Got it. So if we practice this chosen silence a lot, can it actually change our brains? People talk about brain plasticity all the time.
That's the big question. Research on this often connects it to things like meditation or mindfulness. Those are really just exercises for paying attention in silence.
And what do those studies say? They see changes, right? But we should be careful not to jump to conclusions.
Exactly. Some studies show changes in parts of the brain that help with focus or controlling our feelings. But science is still figuring out how big these changes really are. There's no magic wand.
That makes sense. So, how can we actually get more of this good kind of silence into our super busy lives?
You don't have to aim for a 10-day silent retreat right away. You can start really small, with tiny quiet breaks. Just 2 minutes between two tasks, looking out the window and doing nothing at all.
Here's another really simple tip. Try taking a walk without headphones once in a while. Just listen to all the sounds around you, and let your thoughts just drift.
Or how about this? Take a few minutes away from screens before bed, or right when you wake up in the morning. Instead of scrolling on a phone, you can just be with your thoughts.
Really, the main idea is to create little quiet spaces. It could be a comfy armchair in a corner, or just a special moment you set aside during the day.
So, to wrap up, here's the main thing to remember. Silence isn't just an empty space or a lack of noise. It's actually a powerful resource for our brains.
And you don't need to change your whole routine. Just a few minutes a day can be enough. It gives our minds that special time they need to rest and reset.
That's all for today. Thanks for listening. If you liked this episode, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next one. See you soon.